Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the SoDo district of Seattle. Tonight it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. The first of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. They'll run it. This is James Robinson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory.
Let's go now.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he is met in his tracks on the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down.
This size is a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Hurts. And he's taken down. Back in his own 7. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Landry now on the return. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Tannehill. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Broncos are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. On 2nd and 11 now. Hurts. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawks defense. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
But you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
3rd and long, it's Tannehill. This one grabbed by A.J. Green.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though.
Okay, ready?
They begin with Henry. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Hurts throw on target to James. Only able to gain a couple there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to lift the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawks on 3rd down. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Now Landry. 56 yards the punt that time. 12 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figure. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. It's picked up by the Broncos. And this is going to be brought back for a Denver touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Tannehill. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 22. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got themselves a 7-0 lead here, but that, you recall, was a defensive touchdown, so still nothing as of yet for this offense.
Well, they're happy to have the lead. We got to cut them a little bit of slack. It's still early enough, just a couple of drives so far, but if this one goes nowhere, those adjustments that we talk about, they shouldn't wait for halftime. They should go ahead and start working on them right now.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
19 tight.
Here's Hurts to throw. Going long here for Wallace. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Tylan Wallace, 63 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Tyler Bass sets the kickoff.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. And that is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Play action. It's Tannehill. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Hurts. That one complete to the former Seminole, Auden Tate. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Let's go now. Mustang 19.
On first down, Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. James has got it. Complete. All that for a 2-yard gain. Second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
2 minutes to play. First half, it's 14-0.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70, Warriors 70.
From the 31, Hurts. And right side, Henry's got it. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now we've got a third down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another first and 10. Play action. Here's Hurts. He's going to let one go deep for Parker. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Seahawks are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. So that potentially an important takeaway here in the second quarter.
Because what it does is give the offense a chance to put a drive together. They've got nothing on the scoreboard so far, so you have to think that they need something before the break. And now they have an opportunity.
After the interception, here's Tannehill. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end, finding room at midfield. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Here's Tannehill. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Tannehill. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing the coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 66 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
70 Rangers.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Bass on for the extra point. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Broncos 21, Seahawks 3.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over first down at their own 25-yard line.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Judon now with his 2nd sack here on opening night. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded right at the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken at the goal line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And he'll get to the 29-yard line right down there. On third down, Henry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Devondre Campbell, the linebacker, picks him. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. On play action, Tannehill. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Tannehill. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he's going to get this down near the 25. So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. Prater's kick is good. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the three from a starting field position like that. Three's not what you're thinking.
And you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball to the end zone and put sixes on the scoreboard.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
They try to throw it in second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Hurts. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. They're going on fourth down with Hurts. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Bobby McCain. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Jarvis Landry, 34 yards. And the Seahawks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and the deficit stays right where it is. Norstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes for the They go play action with Hurts. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. The Broncos send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, they've clawed their way back into this game. First half, they were down pretty big. Now, all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. How have they done it?
First thing is what you just talked about, clawing their way back in. That means they've decided to go ahead and fight this thing out, which is great. The second part is they looked at where the problems were in the first half, figured out how to shore them up, and have now gone to that part of the playbook that is actually working for them. A few adjustments, a few changes, and really good execution.
Now we'll see if that trend can continue. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Throwing on 2nd and long. Tannehill. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out. The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and a mile. To throw is Tannehill. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tyus Bowser blowing that play up. Here's Thomas Morstead now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. "62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Their defense got the stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. And the busy night for Henry continues. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. The recipe's pretty simple, I think. Give your superstar the ball, continue to field.
I think this one. Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 38-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. They'll run it again with Henry. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Henry. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. A 1st down carry for Henry. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because...
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Derrick Henry, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Seahawks 18. Tyler Bass does the kickoff.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
On third down, Robinson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. On first and 10, it's Robinson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Tannehill to throw. This is caught by Evans. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on first and 10. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Extra point good by Prater. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up first and 10 at the 40. And some room to run now. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation, a fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Denver, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.